Pam at Mixed Up Craft. Thanks for watching my tutorial today. I'm going to be showing you how to make this really nice rectangle long box. There's no other way to really describe it. It's carrying on from a Ferrero Rocher box that I done, which I put up a few videos ago. I'll share the link at the end of this one, but it was from that one I used the smaller of this die here from the Stampin' Up Stylish Stems stamp set. Yeah, Stylish Stems, and I used this small framelit, which is the same pattern, and today I wanted to do it again and use the bigger one because it's a beautiful die. It has the outer frame separate, but this piece on its own is a frameless die. So basically it creates, sorry, I'm just pulling the other one out. It creates the die within the card as opposed to cutting it out completely so that you have that die separate. So it gives you that detail in you know, on your larger cardstock. So it punches out the detail rather than the actual piece. But if you were to use this frame here around it, on that one it has to go, you have to line it up like so. If you punch that then around it, you would have a very thin frame around the outside, so you'd be able to do other things with it as well. So, but that's the reason I brought this die set, because I love these dies, and as I mentioned in that video, there's not many places where you can get frameless dies, and I wish more people would do them because I love them. I think they're really, really cool, and they can be quite pricey as well, any that you do find, and they tend to be really big. So anyway, I from that came up with this really cool looking box. I've got two people that I'm going to be giving these to, two lady friends, so birthday girl, and I've used Tasty Treats, which is from one of them's from an old Celebration Hello Celebration from Stampin' Up, and that was the one with the birthday girl on it, and then the Tasty Treats was from an all boxed up where that come from. These two here all boxed up, so just use the Tasty Treats there, and this is the Hello one, which is an old Celebration. So if you have them, great, but otherwise you can obviously do whatever sentiments you want. And basically the top bit here just pulls off and it reveals this long tubed box which you can fit lots in, lots and lots and lots. It measures just, it's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, so it's a nice size, and then it just slides back in, and it's a really nice, I say you get that, you can feel the air coming through it when you close it. I'll keep pulling it out too far. So it's got a really nice flush, she says, putting it all back together again. Oh gosh, there we go. Flush finish with it. There you go. So yeah, straightforward, and let's crack on. So you are going to need, let me just grab my scoreboard so I've got that ready. You're going to need 2 pieces of coloured card. I've already done this one just to keep the video shorter, and got it where I need it to be, but these measure 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, so you need 2 pieces of this. You then need a piece of, just throwing it on the floor, you then need a piece of white cardstock, and this measures the whole width of an A4 piece of card, so this is 11 3/4, and then it's 6 5/8 of an inch. So you need 1 piece of that, and then you need 8 pieces of 2 1/2 by 2 1/2, and this is to put behind all of these, just so that they really stand out and really pop when we've put the box together. Okay, so starting first of all with the coloured card, so just grab one of your pieces. I've already done one, so this is what I'm going to be showing you to do now, but I've already done this one again just to keep things short. So let me get it on the right side. Caught that when I put it through my machine. Okay, so any of the sides, because they're all measured the same, you're going to score at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2, and then rotate again and do it 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Okay, so do that then with the second piece as well, and then you are going to need to use your Stylish Stems dies. So if you have these, what you want to do is lie them however you want it to be. So for example, let me just get rid of this scoreboard a minute. So this is the card. You've got the 4 squares. Sorry, you've got the like a cross in the middle. So these outer squares we're going to be cutting and reinforcing. So on the outer middle squares, you just need to line up your die like so. So it's nice and central, so you've got a nice even border, and run that through your machine and do that on all of these corners. Now if you don't have this die set, this would be the point now where you would put any decoration on. So any designs that you want to do it while it's flat and before you've burnished it, because it's a lot easier to work with. So this is now go and do that bit, and then I'm going to now, because I've cut all those through, so if you've done that, you now want to grab these pieces here, and these are going to be stuck over the top of each of these framelets, so that then when we close the box we get that nice white effect. Now I know that this is white, and I tried to look at ways to do it so that I didn't need this and that. It would stay like that until you put it on the white, and then you would see that. But the problem is, because this die is so big and the size that I've done it, you would need, when you fold, you'd have to cut this tab down, and when you'd fold it in, it would actually come over some of this design. It just wouldn't look right. So this is just the way I've done this one. So if you think of other ways, or you know, an idea to do it differently, then do so. So all I'm doing here is just applying a bit of tacky glue, just kind of just around the edges there of this die set. I wish I got this earlier. I think now, because this one's, I believe this one's retiring. I'm not a Stampin' Up demonstrator. I would love to be, but unfortunately, because I live in China, Stampin' Up it doesn't work in China. They don't deliver there, and it just I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I can't do it. So but I believe it's retiring, and I think it's on sale. So if you can get it, then I would highly recommend it, because it is lovely. I'm just going to smear that glue there, and then you just want to go around and just cover all of those up. Don't worry if you've got glue that's come over, because you're going to be reinforcing it when we go to fold it all down anyway, so it's going to get covered up, so don't worry if it's sticky. This is just kind of just to cover it up like so. So now what you need to do is burnish all the sides. So I'm just going to carefully go around and burnish all those score lines like so. And then grab a nice sharp pair of scissors, and again I don't know where mine are, so I'm just going to use these broad ones. And basically what you want to do is any of the sides facing you, and just cut up on the left hand side. So I'm just going to cut up this first score line and go up to the first score line across in the other direction, and then all you want to do is very slightly just literally shear off a little bit of each side. Literally, you can see how much I'm taking off. It's just the tiniest bit. It just gives you a nicer finish when you go to close it all. Then rotate the whole thing, and again that left hand square, cut up to that first score line, and again just take a little bit off. You can see just how little I'm taking off, but it does make a difference because you don't get any of it poking over the top. And then rotate. And then rotate. I was about to cut the other side there. And then again. And you're going to repeat this exact same process, everything I'm doing here, on that second piece of card. So you're going to have 2 squares exactly the same. And size. There we go. So you can see there when I light it flat, I've just got really small amounts that have been taken out. You can just see the white paper just through it underneath. So it doesn't seem a lot, but I think it makes a big difference. Right, okay, so now we just need to stick it all down. So you can use tacky glue or you can use double-sided tape fuse, whatever is strong enough, but you just want to make sure you do get it right up to this score line here, because that's what's obviously going to be, it's this piece here, so you want to make sure it sticks down really well. So I'm just going to go around, because this glue is really good when it's just a little bit tacky. So I'm just doing those outer bits first, and then I'm just going to go back round to the first one, just put a bit more all the way down. The cardstock I'm using is from The Works, and it was a pack of 20, and it came with this red, this blue, really bright green, pink and a yellow. The yellow wasn't very good. The yellow would crack, which was a bit disappointing, but all the other colours are great. And for £1 for the 20 colours, it was really good, and it goes really well with the Stampin' Up! Brights and stamp sets. So this was with the Midnight, is it? Which one is it? This one here I use, Night of Navy. That one goes really well with this blue. This red, I'm using the Stampin' Up! Real Red. They match really well. So again, I love finding a bargain. So all you're doing then is just bringing one in, and then you just want to line up all of those edges like so. And just by cutting that little bit in, you just get a nice clean finish on the top there. So just be careful not to smudge any of the glue on your table. Again, by getting that glue right up to the edge there, you just get a really nice finish. And it makes the box really strong as well, because you've got it reinforced, and obviously that paper or thin card that you've got in the middle works really well. Now this last one is a bit fiddly, but basically you just want to stretch it around. Oh, that one's just come off again. It's alright, it wasn't stuck down enough. I just have to do those two at the same time. Like so. And then when they're all stuck down, just grab your bone tool and just go in and just really kind of spread out any of that glue. So you get a really nice finish. There we go. So you want to do that with that other card, so you have two pieces exactly the same. Okay, so once you've got that, then grab that white piece of card on your scoreboard, and we are going to be scoring at, there we go. So first of all, you're going to score at 3/4 of an inch, then you're going to score at 3.5 inches, at 6.25 inches, and at 9 inches, and then rotate it onto the 6 5/8 of an inch side, and you're going to score at 2 3/4 all the way down. Okay, so what you want to do here is when you burnish it, you don't want to burnish this line here. All this line is here for, you can just about see it there, it's just a guide so that when you do your stamping, you've got a rough line to work along. So that's the reason that I done it there. So now I'm going to stamp my sentiments. So as I mentioned before, I've got the Stampin' Up! Real Red stamp set, and then I've got my two sentiments, exactly the same as what I'd done before. So all I've done is, depends on what you want to have at the front. I mean, I've done just alternated the sentiments, so it doesn't really matter, but when you're going to fold this, this is your tab at the back, so it's going to be like so. So this one here, so you got your tab on the left, and then you got your first one, second one, the third tall rectangle is going to be the front. So that's where I will have Birthday Girl, and then I'll have my other sentiments. So if you're just going to have one sentiment, or you've just got I don't know, this is the front, the third one from the left. So it's got to be the tallest of those rectangles at the top, and then the small 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 at the bottom there. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and, so I've got birthday girl, make sure I've got it out the right way. Always test it first. Yeah, that's fine. And then I was just using that line as a gauge. There we go. Where I want to put it. So then I'm going to have the other birthday girl here. So it'll be at the back. Like so. Oh, it's gone a little bit crooked. It's okay. I think I can get away with it. It's for family. Not that makes a difference, but I know that who I'm giving it to will love this. Nonetheless, so it doesn't matter. There we go. You really can go to town with this. I mean, if you want to add like little gems, and you could put DSP on this, make it obviously patterned, but for me it was all about this this die. That's the kind of wow bit of it. So right, so that dries pretty instantly. So now I'm gonna just burnish from the tab the 4 score lines. Do not burnish this one here, because like I said, that is just a guide so that when you go to put it inside you know how far, like so. Right, then what you want to do is just apply a bit of tape here. So I'm just going to put some of my double-sided tape on this tab. Like so. So I'm going to stick this side down first, and then we'll stick the rest inside. Just fold one side in, and then when you fold the other one down like you're closing a book, it should just line up. Just going to help it a bit because I think I might have. Okay, let's get rid of that glue at the top there. And then you've got your case that's going to kind of slip in the middle of your box. So depending on what you've done, if you've done the same as me with these, then it doesn't really matter what one you use. But if you've used DSP or anything else, make sure that you've got your base now, the one that you want to go on the bottom. And basically we're going to be putting this inside there, like so. Okay, so all we need to do now is just apply some glue. So I'm just going to, you don't need to really worry too much. Don't go right up to the top of that score line, because otherwise it's all going to, you know, come over the top. But and then basically you just want to pop that in. You will get some that might come up to the top, but it's okay. You can see mine's all right, like so. And then grab your bone tool again and just go in and just kind of spread out that glue. If you've got any that's come out the top, I've got a little bit there. Probably can't see it, it's the tiniest amount. There we go. And that's it. And then just grab your lid. You might have to help it in a little bit to start with. And there you go. A really, really lovely, very neat box that holds lots and lots of stuff. So there you go, another, well, it's quick in terms of the length of the video I do, because I like to kind of get it all prepared and ready, but it's a really, again, a really straightforward box, which is all about this beautiful Stampin' Up! Framelit. So again, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button, and if you want to see more of my ideas and designs, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, bye!